Alright folks, today's Just Ask Jen might surprise you with the answer, because what we're talking about is whether La Plagne is the perfect fit for your family and your ski holiday. And what I'm going to say is, perhaps not. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Let's have a look. It's not necessarily the perfect destination for everyone. And that's okay. I mean, I'm obviously mega biased. I love it here. I skied here 20 years ago and then I decided to stay here and raise my family here. But I'm not going to try and sell you on a resort that might not suit you. So let's jump into what I actually mean by that. It again totally depends on what you're looking for out of your ski holiday and what your non-negotiables are, the things that you want to, kind of finish the week skiing and think, that was brilliant, we absolutely have to do that again. And so the idea of this chat is just to help you kind of narrow down what resort might work for you, and is La Plagne one of those resorts that could tick all those boxes. So if you haven't met me, my name is Jen and I live in La Plagne all year round with my family of 3 kids under 10. We ski as much as possible in the winter around the usual boring family life stuff, and in the summer we hike, we explore, we mountain bike, we just make the most of being lucky enough and fortunate enough to live in this beautiful holiday destination. Okay, so let's jump in straight up and say, who shouldn't come to La Plagne? Okay, so what I would start off by saying is, if you want a really great nightlife, and by nightlife I'm not talking about après ski, I'm talking about late night, kind of post dinner, so 10 o'clock and later on. If you're looking for a really great nightlife with lots of options, then La Plagne probably isn't going to tick your boxes. We've got good après ski options, we have got some places that are open later, but they aren't like the big noisy banging kind of nightclubs and things that you might see in other ski resorts like Val Thorens, for example. It's just not something that we have really very much on offer here, so you might find that if you're looking for that, you are better suited in some of the other French or European ski resorts. The next thing I would say is, if you're looking for really beautiful kind of super chocolate box pretty ski villages, then La Plagne is probably not going to tick your boxes again. It's what we call a purpose-built ski resort. Now what that means is it wasn't a village in the mountains before it became a ski resort. In the 1960s, the local mayor decided that they needed to make some money in the area, and why not build a ski resort? And so that is what they went ahead and did. So it means that on the one hand, the accommodations from the outside might not look so beautiful. They're more like apartment blocks and high rises and things. But on the plus side, what it means is they are built directly onto the ski slope. So what you'll find is like a huge amount of the accommodation here is kind of ski in, ski out access. So not the most picturesque, but great for kind of ski in, ski out, easy access. But yeah, if you want that beautiful alpine charm of a gorgeous village in the mountains, then you might be better suited looking at some of the other ski resorts. For example, like Val d'Isère is the one that most people are familiar with, and some of the Austrian ski resorts as well have got some really gorgeous like alpine charm. So perhaps have a look at those if that is something that you're desperate to kind of experience. If you're an expert skier and you're looking for loads of backcountry and hiking and exploring and off-piste skiing, then again, La Plagne might not be the one for you. Now, this is a little controversial because actually La Plagne has loads of amazing off-piste skiing and backcountry skiing. A lot of it is actually really accessible from quite close by to ski lifts, and there is some exploring to be done further afield as well, but it is not what we are most known for, I would say. And there are some other ski resorts in this kind of regional area that again might tick those boxes a little bit more for you. For example, Chamonix, which is incredibly well known, it's kind of like world leading backcountry skiing. So yes, if that's something that you're really looking for and that's all you want to do, then La Plagne might not be the one for you. But if you're on a ski holiday and you want to do some backcountry and some off-piste skiing alongside the usual kind of piste skiing and exploring, then La Plagne could be a good option for you. The fourth thing I'll say is, if you want everything kind of focused and centered around one village, so like a real just like everything in one place kind of hub, then again La Plagne might not be the one for you, because we are actually a satellite of lots of different villages that are all connected by the ski slopes and by a network of lifts and pedestrian lifts and the free shuttle buses. So I quite like this because it means we kind of cover a larger geographic area across the mountain that people can choose to stay in, and each of the villages has its own kind of pluses and minuses, which I've done a video on I'll link it somewhere so you can check it out if you're trying to figure out which village to stay in. But it does also mean that everything's a little bit more fractured. So if you are looking to kind of go to one place where you'll find all the bars, all the restaurants, all the facilities, all in one place, in one village together, then Plagne isn't going to do that for you. So there we go, there's 4 reasons why Plagne absolutely will not work for you. But what we're going to move on to now is why Plagne could actually work for you and who it is perfect for. And so let's hop into that one straight away. So first off, I'd say it's really great for families. So what I was saying about the resort being purpose built and a lot of the slopes being kind of on the doorstep of the accommodations makes it really great for families. It's just if you're skiing with little kids, like I mentioned, my kids are all under 10, and so I've skied with them from like toddler age at 2 years old up until my oldest is now 9. And the thing that you want to focus your entire ski holiday on is reducing the amount of time that they have to walk around in their ski boots. And it is that simple. So if you can stay close to beginner areas or that beginner ski slope or the ski school meeting point, then you are just going to find that your morning kind of kickoff is so much easier than if you've got to catch buses, walk far in ski boots. Just it is a great thing about Plagne that everything's just kind of very easily accessible. And then you also in each village have a beginner slope, whether it's like a magic moving carpet that you will use, or a drag lift, or a chairlift that will be kind of covering the green slope. You've got a green slope or beginner slope in nearly every village in Plagne, so it does mean that wherever you stay, you have kind of got access to one of those beginner slopes. More often than not as well, those beginner slopes are actually free and you don't need a ski pass for them, so there's just a little extra thing to know as well. Kind of building on from the family thing, it is great for the first time skiers. So I've mentioned about those beginner slopes and the green slopes, and then you'll find that in most of the villages, again, you'll have one chairlift or a couple of chairlifts that will service a blue slope that kind of just goes up and brings you back down to where you started off. So for example, in Plagne Centre, you've got the Colorado chairlift, which will take you up, and then you've got 2, 3 or 4 runs that you can choose from that all bring you back down into Plagne Centre, so you can get your ski legs and kind of build your confidence knowing that you're going to end up back at the point that you set off from. And I just, as someone who was a beginner skier here, find that really reassuring that I'm not going to end up kind of miles away from home on the wrong side of the piste map, and the only way home is down a terrifying red run. So yeah, that is something that does make Plagne really kind of appealing to the beginner or less confident skiers. The next thing I'll say is Plagne is really great for mixed ability ski groups. So if you've got like a larger group that you're traveling with, maybe it's a multi-generational with like the grandparents and the family and friends and kids, or you've got a real mix of abilities of beginners and intermediates and more advanced skiers, Plagne has a really nice setup for that. And it's things like, off a lot of the chairlifts, you'll be able to choose between a blue run, a red run or a black run that all kind of feed into the same point. So your group, if you're still kind of wanting to take the chair lifts together and ski together, you can kind of head up, ski and take the separate piece and then meet up back at the bottom. You've also got some fabulous mountain restaurants. So the mountain restaurants are the ones that are really up on the peaks, dotted around in the ski resort, like away from the villages, that are accessible by chairlifts. So if you've got some non-skiers in your group, they can head up and meet you there. If you've got more nervous skiers, they can head up and they can then maybe ski down if they want to. If they'd rather not ski down, then they can hop back on the bubble lifts and head back down to easier ski slopes. So I just think that that is really nice if you've got groups that want to break off during the day. Maybe the kids are in ski lessons in the morning, or you've got a group of nervous skiers and a group of more advanced skiers. You can break off and do your own things, but then meet back up for lunch and then ski the afternoon together, or split off and do your own thing. So I just think that that works really nicely. Plagne works really well as well if you're looking for a convenient ski holiday rather than a mega glamorous ski holiday. So we have some fabulous accommodations, we've got some amazing restaurants, and of course we have got views to die for. But we aren't a glamorous ski resort, so if you're looking to do some bougie shopping, and by bougie shopping I mean looking for like Chanel and Prada and Hermes and things like that, rather than some picture ski gear or some North Face stuff, you're just absolutely not going to find it anywhere in Plagne. So there's going to be other ski resorts that are going to be better suited for you to do that. If you want the convenience of easy kind of ski and ski out access, lower price point accommodations than those more glamorous ski resorts, but you've still got the fantastic alpine fields and alpine views, then Plagne is going to tick those boxes for you. And you only need to have a quick scroll through my Instagram to see that we might not have glamorous skiing, but we have still got incredible views and stunning landscapes. So rest assured, you're still going to get some fabulous photos to go home with, and memories to go home with, of course. And then the last thing I just want to say is Plagne is one of those resorts that people come back to year on year. And I mean, is there a better kind of selling point than that? People aren't going to come back year on year if they don't like it, I wouldn't have thought. So people that are coming back year on year, they have obviously found something that they like, and we do see that people come back year on year on year. So many of the chalet companies in the accommodation places that I work with, they'll be booked out with 80 or 90% returning guests year on year, which is just amazing, and really speaks an awful lot for the quality of the skiing and the accommodations and the atmosphere and the ambience that people have when they're on holiday here in Plagne. So yes, I would say that that's not just my opinion, that's obviously the opinions of the hundreds or thousands of skiers that kind of return year on year. So my honest view, to sum up in conclusion, is Plagne the best ski resort in the world? I mean, yeah, obviously, because I live here. But is it going to suit absolutely everyone? No, it's not. Am I going to try and sell it to absolutely everyone? Also no, because what I want is you guys to have an amazing ski holiday, whatever that looks like, whether you're looking for the cheapest accommodation that you can possibly find, whether you're looking for the Instagrammable holiday of a lifetime, or whatever in between. Like, I don't care. I just want to see you on the slopes having fun with your family. And so hopefully this video has answered some questions about whether Plagne may or may not work for you. If you've got any more questions, just drop them in the comment box here and I will try and get back to you. And I'm trying to record videos like this every week. So if it's a question I think that lots of people are asking, and let me be clear, if you're thinking about it or thinking about asking the question, there'll be other people who are thinking and asking the same question as well. So yeah, drop your question below and I will do a video to answer it and help out more people. So I hope that helps. Maybe I will see you on the slopes in Plagne this year, maybe not. Maybe you'll be on the slopes in a different ski resort. And if you are, and this video helped you make that decision, I still want to know about it. Tag me in your holiday photos. I'd love to see you having a great time with your family, with your friends out there in the snow. So this has been Jen from Plagne, live from the slopes of Plagne. Bye bye now.